What a beautiful day. Welcome back to the Dark But Legal podcast. That was way too energetic for a Wednesday afternoon. I'm sorry for that. I have two guests with me today. Blake Pourciau, one of the sales guys for GeoShield, and Aidan Herschlag. He is the social media and production manager. So this is the guy that makes all the banners, all the cool shit up here in the production room. Blake is obviously a phenomenon on Facebook. If I even said that right, I'm not very good at dictionary. You know, I'm not a fucking walking dictionary. Yeah, so these are my two guests on for this week. Like I said, it's Wednesday, January 15th. We have our, first PPF training class coming up. What do you guys think about that?
Should be pretty fun.
I'm excited for it.
Wow, I came in this thing hot. I'm talking about energetic. I brought every ounce of energy I had with me, and these are the responses that I get.
I just started on my Red Bull, man. Give me 20 minutes.
What is this?
It's the
absolute
edition.
worst Red Bull.
Best.
Worst Red Bull flavor in history.
That was horrible.
Best.
Are you okay over there with that mic?
Yeah, it's just falling a little bit.
It's a little limp.
Yeah. Reminds me of Big Deal.
God. Why is it always big deal, bro?
Big Jill.
Yo! Yeah. Aidan, I see you got some cool stuff in the pipes, dude. Sponsorships for the Tacoma build and everything.
It's coming along greatly. I'm super pumped for that.
But so funny enough, I was like, I got the first sponsorship for the Tacoma. I got windshield wiper blades. This dude's over here like, I'm talking to Method Wheels and Nitto Tires. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm getting a $14,000 sponsorship.
All right, hey, whatever.
I wanted to aim for the sky and go like 10 to 12 bulletproof on Liberty Forged on 44 boggers, but I don't think we're going to be doing that.
Watch the company contact us and they're like, we want to sponsor you guys. We love everything that you're doing.
$50,000 credit towards our store.
I'd be like, okay, can you do that for an F-150 instead of a Tacoma?
Could you imagine somebody getting a sponsorship for a company, but them doing it to their own shit, not the company shit?
It in. Hey, actually, we're going to use a 2014 F-150.
That's why Dylan was like, damn.
The dash cams?
No,
saying give one for himself?
The hitch.
Oh.
He was like, hey, do those come in a combo package? Can you get me one of them too?
Oh, my God. Dylan barely goes 70 miles an hour on the interstate.
Yeah.
I have never seen him tow anything.
I don't think he even has a trailer.
He probably doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Not at his house, at least.
But I don't know how he's going to get all that stuff from his house to a storage unit. He's going to be asking us. You guys got trailers? Do you guys have a trailer that I can borrow?
He did mention me in that conversation.
Yeah, you're
because you bought the trailer.
Yeah.
Hey, you're free labor.
Well, he bought like his uncle's trailer or something from him or whatever.
I think it was his dad's.
Ago. His dad's trailer or something. He had a utility trailer. I don't know why he got rid of that thing. Now he's gonna have to ask everybody else for their trailer. Crazy. I'm excited for this year though.
Yeah, me too.
Especially with this one. He's got some cool stuff coming, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can't give away too much on the camera. You got to leave it lingering. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But there is cool stuff. It's cool that he's moving to like a production manager.
Yeah.
Because whenever we first got the printer and everything, Aidan was kind of just like, oh, hey, you want to learn this or whatever? Now he's basically going to become a full, like this entire office is going to be his to do all the production stuff that he needs to do. Banners, posters, if we want to do flyers, we got the pre-cut stuff and everything up here. It's going to be, this entire room will be its own entity.
Yeah.
And stuff. That's why I told him last week, like this whole room, this will obviously stay the same for him, but the podcast will look way different,
New wrap?
I don't know. I ain't really thought about it that deep as for like new wrap. Because I like the designs that are on the walls, but the regular offices, because obviously they know, like, we built this. So, this was here. This was just a storage unit that we turned into an office. But the rest of it we built. But where I'm moving into is an already done office. Mm-hmm. So it's got the shelving behind it and everything. So obviously I couldn't put this behind me. But the walls will be wrapped. I just don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to. Obviously, I want to keep, I really love this, and I want to keep this, but the other side, I don't know. I thought about taking the shelves down and painting the thing white or something and doing like a hand drawn, like a graffiti style circle logo or something
That'd be
behind
pretty
me,
cool.
and then putting the shells back up. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out once I get up in there, and then see what direction I want to go. Because I gotta figure out if I want, because obviously I'm gonna bring these chairs, but I really need to dial in. Do I want to have multiple guests on the podcast? Do I want to have myself and start doing more, like phone style,
Like virtual.
Yeah, like virtual interview style podcast? Do I want to have me and another guest and then possibly virtual style podcast? There's a lot of factors that come into it. When we did all this, we went to Tenor Battles. We saw the podcast room in there. Burns was, over the moon. He was like, man, we need that. Like, talk to Cadeau and see everything that he ordered for this and just order it. Like, literally, that's exactly what he told me. He's like, find out everything from Cadeau, what he ordered for this, buy everything he got.
Yeah.
And literally, I hit Cadeau up and was like, bro, what you bought for the podcast room for the WizCast one? He sent me a list, and I literally ordered everything. So when we got up here and we built this, there really was no direction for, like, what this podcast was even going to be. I mean, shit, it took a month to figure out a name for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, we already knew the niche. Like, that's the hardest thing with a podcast or with starting anything, really, is, like, what's your audience? So we already knew the audience. We already had the funny play on words with the dark but legal stuff. Yeah. So I was like, screw it, we might as well just do that. And then the biggest thing was when we moved up here, because at first it was in what is considered our conference room. That's where, like, when you watch the intro to these podcast videos and stuff, if you watch on YouTube, the very first intro that comes up is like me, Vanessa, Dylan, and Cubby, like, sitting at a table. And we were doing lives, and like, we go Facebook Live and everything, and I really want to do that again. I want to try to do like a once a month live on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
super fun, yeah.
Yeah, just cut everything on and go live on Facebook and have somebody back there reading Facebook comments. Right now it's kind of hard because obviously the camera can't see my desk setup.
Yeah.
But if you go on some of our videos on Facebook, you'll see kind of my desk setup. But right now we could turn the monitor, but we're so far away from the monitor, we wouldn't be able to read comments. There would have to be one person, like, telling them to us. In my new setup, what I really want to do is, since I want to move to like a once a month live on Facebook type thing to get more interactions, I want to put like a TV monitor or something, like, kind of hung up in the corner. So that way when you're sitting there, you could look up at the TV screen. And the TV will obviously be hidden from the cameras and stuff. But I just think that would be cool to just have that extra element of, if you're sitting there and you're on Facebook Live, it feels like to the person on the receiving end that you're right there. Because I noticed whenever we did the ones in the conference room, sometimes we were missing stuff, or like comments were coming so fast and we was only on a tiny monitor trying to watch comments that we was missing some stuff. So it wasn't really that fun. But I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't fun trying to keep up with super tiny comments. And you were sitting there like squinting, like, oh, what did John from Arizona say and stuff? Like, it's just it wasn't fun.
A big downside to it, but at the same time, Facebook brings in a lot of viewers.
Yeah. I don't even remember how many Facebook followers we have now, but
it's like, I think, a little over 8,000.
Damn, Facebook exploded.
Mm-hmm.
But I will attest that to, like, so when I started with the company, we did like, we were on social media, but we relied more on Window 10313 as being like, our group.
That used to be like our Facebook page.
Yeah, and there are people on there that kind of, and I laugh at them, not laugh at the person, but, I just laugh at the comments that always say, oh, here come the GeoShield guys that are going to back them up, whatever. And, like, it's funny, but the group essentially was, it was a lot of GeoShield people, and that's where most of our followers on our Facebook came from. And then, we started doing more content. We started doing funny videos. We started doing this and that. And I think that really boosted our engagement because we were one company in the industry that really was stepping out of the comfort zone of just, doing the day-to-day stuff. Like, we was trying abnormal things. And I mean, you have people in the industry like Carlos and then Montana and stuff, the tent sheriff and everything. But that's just like one personality. And, so we kind of took that as a company whole, and we were like, if that's what's in style right now and that's what people like to see, why don't we try that ourselves, but on a larger scale, and, start doing stuff like we did the the To the Moon video where we all dressed as astronauts and everything. At our Flat Glass Summit in 2023, we had the big lunar video announcement where we shot that off and everything. So I think just doing cool stuff like that, but also hiring guys like Aidan and you and everything, you know, just a younger crowd that knows what's happening and what's going on, what's trendy in the world.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about trends.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like I got 10 years on y'all, 10, 11 years, whatever it is, but that time span is so big. Like, dude, stuff that was popular when I was y'all age, 1,000% is not popular today. And like stuff that I might think's funny, I might show it to y'all, and to be honest, y'all might be like, dude, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Most of the things you show us.
Okay, well, you ain't gotta hit me where it hurts. But yeah, that's how it is. I could find the trendy stuff or whatever, but it's easier for somebody like Aidan or Caden or you to find it or whatever. It's just so much easier because I don't know what it is. You know, y'all got fucking skibbity toilets in Ohio and that's 1,000% y'all.
Can't forget about the Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
Y'all know the Rizzler.
W Rizzler.
W
I'm
Rizzler.
holding up the microphone, or else I would have done it too.
Dude. Yeah.
It's just lit, man. It just keeps, if I let go, it just keeps falling down too much and so on. So just, you know.
I'm going to make a bet with the people that before the episode's over, that microphone ends up halfway across the room.
Maybe not on the episode. Maybe right afterwards, though.
Probably. Dude, every day, Caden, I want you to do this post-edit. Zoom in right on my face. Almost daily, these two get a chicken bake or melt or whatever it is from Costco because they want to be like the Costco guys.
It's
so
a big
bad.
boom.
Boom.
It's a big 5 out of 5 booms.
I think we in the industry should start taking on that grading system.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so let's kind of put this into perspective. I went and spent $70 whatever for a Costco membership just for me and Aidan to be able to go to lunch and get chicken bakes.
That's stupid.
And double chunk.
It's so cheap though. It's so worth it.
You spend $70 on a
Yeah,
membership
but
to get a
it's
chicken bake.
$5 for a meal.
Yeah, but
It equals out in the end. Go stick with your flavored blasted goldfish
dude.
and your monster.
I could eat more. I just don't feel like making a sandwich at the house. That's the problem. And I don't feel like, or sometimes I have leftovers and I just forget about them. Oops, oh well. I forget about my leftovers. Sorry. I used to not eat leftovers. Then my old lady was like,
You don't eat leftovers, so that's why I don't even make you food.
so now I started eating leftovers or else I don't eat. Whatever.
No free will.
Be like that sometimes. Be like that sometimes. At least I'm not spending $70 on a membership to get a $4 sandwich that tastes like shit.
It's not a sandwich.
I think it's buzzing.
It's pretty bussin'. Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah,
That's
you
all
get
it gets.
5 out of 5 big booms.
No,
no,
one
he's
boom.
5 boom.
Boom!
No,
No,
5.
probably a half a boom. Boo! Like a goat. Boo!
Be bow.
Would it be Bo or would it be Boo?
It'd be
Boo is B-O-O, so it would be bow.
It'd be Bo.
Yeah, but you're
Then you
saying
have
boom.
No, but then you have a
So you-
oom is
boom.
your other half.
Instead of boom, it's boo. Somebody's going to make a sound bite out of this.
But ooh.
Boo! Make it your ringtone. Boo! Half a boom. Boo!
Forgot what most of my ringtones are. My phone stays on silent 24/7.
That's not healthy.
I have my Apple Watch.
I don't know where my Apple Watch is at. I think Dylan ate it, honestly.
And it's the big circle back to Big Dylan. It always comes back to Dylan. I go to WFR,
Shout
man
out Big
loses a
Dylan.
$500 watch in Dylan's truck, and it's nowhere to be found at WFR.
The last ping, it said it was at my house, but we've been searched my house. I think it's
he
in
needed
Dylan's
like
stomach.
an anniversary gift or something for his wife.
Possibly.
And he kind of just like.
If y'all see
in my
Summer and
pocket.
she's wearing a all gold Apple Watch,
No, she definitely changed the band by now.
Yeah.
but my face is gold on my watch. So if it's got a gold face and it's a 40, what's the 7 went up to a 45, 46, 45?
45.
Yeah. So if y'all see a 45 millimeter,
This is actually his watch. I just repainted it.
that'd be insane. My boy's plastic dipping a watch in the backyard.
Scammer gets scammed.
Scammer gets scammed. Resellers, bro. What are you gonna do with them? Boo! That's what he gets.
I get
A
a
half
bow.
a boom.
You
Boo!
get a bow.
Boo! Don't argue with me. It's boo.
You get a bow.
Boo! If
It's a doom.
if after this episode airs, and I start hearing sound bites on TikTok or anywhere of, boo, that's a half a boom, boo. I want my royalties. That's all I
No,
gotta
you
say.
get a doom. You get a good 5 out of 5 doom.
Do. Right?
Jack, can someone clip that and send it to me? That's getting posted on TikTok.
Oh.
Speaking of TikTok, how do y'all feel about the TikTok ban?
It's not
Oh,
gonna happen.
I'm on Red Note.
Not gonna happen.
I'm on the Chinese servers, baby. I'm about to learn Mandarin.
When I first pulled up that app, it kind of scared me, not gonna lie. I was scared to put my
Dude, it
information in
asked me
there.
to enter my phone number at least 12 times.
Yeah.
And then it said, sending you a verification code. And guess what never happened? It never sent me a verification code.
I downloaded it. It asked me for something, and I was like, nope, and I deleted it.
Yeah, get your
You
social security
deleted
number.
it.
Yep.
Oh, no, dude. It got all my information.
They're watching us.
I just think it's funny how our government was like, we're gonna shut down TikTok because we don't want the Chinese servers coming in here and stealing all the information. And then here come 170 million Americans to the Chinese server.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. It's 100% impossible to avoid.
It's just a repeating process at this point.
It is, but what's funny is people are comparing it to. So everybody always compares everything to like the Boston Tea Party. So like the 3% tax. All right,
Go ahead, continue. I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this. Continue.
dude. First off, let me ask this question:
Yes.
Do you know what the Boston Tea Party
Hey,
is?
give us an explanation, please.
Oh, no, I
What was
couldn't.
the Boston Tea Party?
They dumped tea in the river or something like that.
Why did they dump tea in the river?
Go ahead, dude.
America, that's why.
Doom.
That's a
Doom!
big doom from
It's a
Aidan.
big doom.
Fish Legs, why did
I'm waiting for
we
his explanation.
dump
I was
tea?
never good in school.
Bro, you don't have to be good in school to know about it. When was the War of 1812? Dude, you
That's a tricky one. I think it was like 1745 or something like that.
I've lost all hope in humanity.
Whenever Columbus sailed the blue.
Anyway, so the Boston Tea Party happened, okay? They didn't want taxes. Essentially, that's the grand scheme.
Yep.
The government was introducing taxes and everything. They were getting tea imported, and we didn't like it. So we were like, you know what? You're going to keep bringing these ships in with all these tea. We're going to dump them in the river. Which is where the flag, I know you've seen the flag. There's like flags that people buy on TikTok and Amazon or whatever. And it's like Ben Franklin, and he's like, tax this dick
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything. So like, that's basically what it is in a nutshell. So what I'm getting at with the whole story is people are comparing what's happening right now with like that. They're like, oh, we used to overthrow the government and da-da-da-da. First off, they had muzzle loaders back in the day. You know, you should, boom.
I almost bought one of those at the gun show this last weekend.
You know what I'm saying? Now we got going on. First off, not messing with none of that. But you can't compare that time period to now just because they're different circumstances. It's still happening. We just showed it, but in a different way. So they went dumped the tea in the river. You know what we did? We went joined an app that's on a Chinese server. It's the same concept, just
show the
different
government.
things.
Give this other Chinese company our information. That'll show them.
But everybody's making, some people are making TikTok saying, you know, they're doing like the point of view thing where it's like one person talking, but they're doing different points of view. And it's like, hey, did you, and it'll say like government or whatever in a title on them. And it'll say like, hey, did you hear what's going on in America? And the person's like, oh no, what's happening? And it's like, well, we tried to ban TikTok and we wanted to get away from, you know, Chinese servers and everything, but they joined Chinese servers. And the guy's like, oh, well, it's not like they told you it was going to happen, or whatever. But at the end of the, like, we're going to do whatever we want to do,
Yeah,
whether
they
it's
can't-
stupid or not.
They can't take away Big Justice and Big AJ from me. So
There's always going to be another app.
Boo! There is.
They
Always.
can never just take away social media.
But you can't, I mean, no matter how stupid it may be, literally, if there was a company that said, give me your social security number,
I'd probably do
and
it.
it pissed the government off more than it benefited anybody, I'm pretty positive 170 million people would say, sign me up.
Hey, man. You know, I'd probably sign up.
Exactly. He'd sign up.
I'd give him my social.
He'd sign
Really,
up.
you get 72 cents? Oh. I mean,
Could you imagine living in a world like that? Like, Our training class. Before you can sign up for the training class, you got to enter your social security information.
I thought we had that in place.
It's in the fine print. It's in the fine print.
It's not in the fine print.
It's in the fine print.
I also need a copy of your birth certificate.
Oh. According to y'all, mine would be a piece of parchment paper with written in a quill.
It probably is.
Y'all think I'm that old?
Yours should be adoption paperwork. Or maybe like foster home, like put up for adoption paperwork.
Oh. Oh no, this year is gonna be super fun though.
Yeah.
Especially so not only the training stuff and everything, but just so last year we brought John on. We talked about all the excitement with production stuff, and we brought out the banners, we brought out the posters, we brought out this, we brought out that. But like 2025, we're trying to elevate. So we're gonna take the same elements, and we're just gonna elevate them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We just elevate everything, and that's where we're coming in with. One of the cool things that I will kind of talk about. So John talked about V2 of the website and everything. One cool thing that I will kind of put the information out there. Samples is a big thing in the industry. You know, most people complain. They're like, oh, you know, I got sent this. Does anybody use it? How do you like it? Whatever. Somebody sent me this. I don't use it. Should I use it? Whatever. You know, oh, I got home and this random box was in my driveway. Whatever. It's always the same thing, right? So the focus that we thought was, even if you just get a random box, what do you get with that random box? You know, you get your piece of film, whatever. But like, you don't get the experience. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like a sample should kind of be like an experience. It's almost like the thing where you could go anywhere, drive a Lamborghini and everything. You know you're going to get that experience. You're not just going to say, I sat in a Lamborghini and somebody took a picture of me and then I went home. And then you brag about it. You actually got to go there, drive the car, and experience it. And that's what we kind of want to move to, is like making these samples an experience to you.
Yeah.
Where when you open the box, you know, you have something to experience, where you're not just getting a piece of film. And I won't dive too far into what that'll entail, because we still need to dial in our things. But that's what we want to create, is like just taking everything that we have and elevating it further. And I think the samples is where it kind of starts. So that way, whenever we send a box to somebody or somebody asks us for a sample, they're not just getting a piece of film that they're going to slap on some glass and say, okay, yeah, this is okay. Or, man, I love this stuff. Like, let me order some more. Like, we want it to be an experience to where when you open that box, even if you don't like the film at all, you'll still want to get something. Like, you're like, wow, dude, like that was what I expected when I opened that box, and more. I'm going to call those guys again. I'm going to see what's up with them, you know, or whatever. That's what I'm trying to bring to the table. And then more social media stuff, more podcasts, you know.
The content creation is going to be crazy this year.
Yeah. But it's also like going back to kind of the beginning conversation where we talked about we had 8,000 followers on Facebook. The only thing that is kind of super hard is when people find something they want to watch or something they want to do, they're kind of stuck with it. And the hardest thing right now is just trying to get more people involved with our other social avenues. So like our Facebook might be popping off and our Instagram, but you know, we don't really have that many followers on YouTube.
TikTok
don't really have that many followers. And I mean, we have efforts where we're trying to get those bigger, but we want the podcast growing more. Like we want to try to do a culmination where, you know, every week we do the podcast, and then maybe at like SEMA or something, we in our booth or whatever, we have a podcast, like a live podcast shoot, like at SEMA. But obviously you have to have the followers for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just say, okay, I'm gonna run a podcast and then send it out to the 10 people who listen to the podcast. Yeah. You know, so we're trying to grow these things. It's just we need to find better ways to kind of do that. And I think that's what a lot of the tenors in the industry, you know, tenors, PPF installers, rappers, everything, it's kind of hard for everybody, because if you don't even know where to start, you have nowhere to go. And so, I mean, we've done the thing where we have our Facebook big, we have our Instagram big, but now we're having to try to kind of compete because there's already so many podcasts out. There's already so many this out. There's already so many that out. And it's like I said, people, once they find something that they like that's kind of what they're stuck with. And they may dabble in something else, but if your content isn't creative or engaging or funny or whatever, like you could sit here and literally bullshit for an hour and a half. But if you're like funny and likable and they like that content, like whether or not you talk about, you know, obviously we talk about industry related stuff, but we're also real people. And that's what we preach every single week. Mm-hmm. Every day on Facebook, we preach that we're human beings. We're not just some corporate robot. We're not just answering the phone. Like we're trying to create experiences for these people. And that's what breaks us apart from every other manufacturer. Is like we're creating experiences for you. We're leveling up all of these things for you. And, you know, it's super hard to try to do that in markets that are saturated. Podcast stuff, TikTok stuff, especially with TikTok possibly getting banned. It's like, should we put our efforts into something like that if it's just going to go bye-bye, you know? Finding the next big one. I mean, shit, I just downloaded this other app. It's called Lemonade. I haven't even heard of that till yesterday.
That one's going to go too.
That one's probably going to go too.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same company. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what kind of sucks is like when I talk to people and they ask like, you know, where should I start first? Obviously, the easiest. Just start with your easy thing. Whatever your baseline can be for ease of use, definitely start there. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be Facebook. Yep. Facebook ain't going nowhere. Zuckerberg's not going nowhere. Meta's here to stay. Like, Facebook's been around forever. If you could grow your Facebook following, then you could start crafting the content and saying, okay, there's this new app out. There's that new app out. But it's like you want to try to be the first one on that if you're gonna try that. But there's so many other things. Like for an installer's perspective, Google would be your number one thing. Yep. Definitely make sure you have an LLC. You know, make sure you have a Google business, and then you can start running Google business ads so that way you're not trying to compete with Joe Blow down the street or whatever. Like when people search window tint near me, bam, like you're popping up and everything. Yeah. That's the biggest things with business. I mean, it's not free. It ain't cheap, but I mean, and obviously we do stuff like that, but we're different genres than that. We can't compete with that. Do y'all hear that? Is that a monster truck?
I don't know.
It's vibrating my seat though.
That's crazy.
I feel it vibrating the walls.
Yeah.
I told them about that last time that this wall it could almost be a fake wall. To be honest,
I'm sure it is.
This is all fake. Everything in here is fake. Everybody. This could be a fake wall if we want it. But I don't know if that's a trash truck.
It's like the streamer that had the fridge up behind him. Like,
and it was fake?
What's in the fridge? What's in the fridge? And he grabbed it. It was a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I remember who that was.
Dude, I should do that in a new podcast setup. Like put a door behind me and people are like, where does that door lead to? And be like, oh, it's not a door.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. You just spoiled it anyway.
Yeah, but I told him a door.
Anything behind him in the new podcast setup is going to be fake.
Watch it be real. They're going to think it's fake, and then somebody's going to...
server closet.
Somebody's going to come up here and be like, that door's fake, dude. Watch this. And it actually opens up.
It's just 47 old computers and old files and everything.
It's all old gateways.
Should make it a second podcast room.
Yeah, the podcast closet. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
No, it's a hallway like on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that just steadily gets shorter.
It's been so long since I've watched that. Don't remember that at all.
I have to remember who I'm talking to sometimes.
Where are we?
Millennials?
When was the War of 1812?
1942.
What happened at the Boston Tea Party?
Something about taxes and...
Yeah, we're going to have to give him a history lesson.
Ben Franklin came out and said, Texas dick. And I was like, I don't...
Basically.
They played in the river or something. I don't know.
That's basically what happened.
Okay.
Basically. How big is the pre-cut PPF seem to be popping off, dude?
Some weeks I don't have a chance to talk about anything else besides people calling, getting quotes, and fulfilling them. I mean, I think, 2 full cars projected for the next week. Full Silverado, full SUV. I'm gonna do those some point probably by the end of this week. I got every day.
So, how easy do you make the process as a sales rep?
I try my best.
So, if I was a customer and I watched this episode and I said, "Man, I didn't know Geo Show did pre-cuts," and they got in touch with you, what does the process kind of look like? Whenever you say you make it easy, if I said, "Oh man, I have this F-150, he wants this," and like, can you tailor it to?
Generally, yeah. I mean, I can pick and choose. Hey, I want a left fender, not a right. I want partial this, not partial this. I mean, I can, as much as I can do, I will do.
Okay.
I try to make it pretty simple. Normally takes me 10 minutes, get you a quote. Normally can get it done same day.
Yeah, PPF's a hard market too, dude. That's another one that's saturated. Like, along with saturation and markets, PPF is so saturated.
It seems to be getting more saturated by people who don't know what they're doing, though. It's like the $99 tin market.
Yeah, that's the other.
Oversaturated, but it's not actual saturation. It's just waste of space.
Yeah, that's the other big thing. You see people like Shane Dwyer, who's been tinting for years. You got Ryan, you got Matt. Like, you got all these very, very opinionated people that they're a wealth of knowledge. They're a bank of knowledge. But when it comes to social media and stuff, they gripe a lot about all these newbies having information, but we kind of did that to ourselves. We really did that to ourselves with even putting the information out there. We make it so easy nowadays. And you got the people that say, "Oh, if you're a tenor, you should just be a tenor. You shouldn't be, like, you can't be a detailer and everything." And then, dude, that's the biggest fight. The biggest fight, man. Biggest fight. "Oh, I detail, but I want to add tint. Tint's not an add-on." It's such a big fight, bro. It's such a big fight.
I don't understand it, because then you look at, and I'll use Alpha for example. It's a local giant truck customization shop, one of the biggest names around. I mean, they offer tint, bed liners, lift kits, alignments, pretty much everything almost. I mean, everything besides wrap, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't think that tint's necessarily viewed as an add-on in a situation like that. It's a service you offer. Same with if you own a detailing, ceramic coating, PPF shop, why not have tint?
Yeah.
You're already in there. People are already going to want it. They're already modifying the vehicle or customizing it, whatever. I think it's a perfect addition.
I thought that was a given. Like, I can remember, so there was an audio shop that I worked at in my teens. We didn't do tint or anything, but every other audio shop like around that area of us, they offered tint.
Yeah.
So I just kind of grew up thinking that it was a thing where if you did audio or if you did that, like, you also did this and everything. And I never thought of tint as just like an add-on. I just thought it was an extra service.
Service, yeah.
Where you had a professional installer installing your stuff. Now, I'm not going to say when I was 16 years old and got my first car, I didn't have some dude down the street pull up to my house and tint my windows.
It's a one-ply,
like
$1
$100.
dyed.
Yeah, but at that time, I didn't know anything about tint. But that's where the education comes in.
Yeah.
And like, if you are detailing, you're gonna add tint, or if you are a tinting, you're gonna add detailing. I don't think it should be a fight so much as it should be a learning experience for everyone. Because the problem is if you're a detailer and you're going to tint, you need to know what to charge for this stuff, because it is an actual service. It's something that you need to perfect. It's something that you need to go to training classes for, get certified in and everything, which is why we're offering the classes that we are, to get these certifications out. But also, you need to know what you need to charge for the service, how to do the service, and how to finish the service.
Exactly. That's why it's nice with the classes that we're offering, is it's not just showing you how to tint. It's the business aspect behind it. It's the breakdown of it.
Yeah.
Why you should learn these things, why you should sell it this way.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, whether you detail and want to do tint, whether you tint and want to detail or whatever, I think the fight would stop if everybody just had the knowledge. Like, if you were like, "Hey, dude, I've been detailing for 10 years, but I'm going to go learn how to tint. If you were right next to each other, I could see where the fight would come into effect. But if this person was charging close to this person and you said, hey, man, I know I might be taking some customers from you or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying don't work together or anything, but at least let the people know, hey, look, I only got trained for this. I have knowledge. I'm not trying to sell $100 tint jobs and everything. And the same with detailing. The same with audio. Like, you're not a tint shop saying, man, I could throw some 6x9s in the rear deck of your car for you. You know, like you're sitting there saying, okay, yeah, I went to Rockford Fosgate School. I can install, I know everything 12 volt, you know. That's where I think the fight would stop, is if we just didn't worry so much about, oh, well, this person's doing this and da 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 da. Like, I think if everybody got training, I think that would end all of it.
I think a lot of people worry they don't sell themselves enough. Like, I always just believe in selling yourself. I don't understand the whole, you know, I have this and this and that. Just sell yourself, man. If you beat yourself and you sell yourself, that's boom, customers right there.
Yeah, 100%. Because, I mean, it all starts with whatever your first interaction is, whether that be a Facebook DM, Instagram DM, a phone call, an email, you know, you put flyers up around the neighborhood or whatever. Your first interaction really tells people everything about you. If you answer the phone, you don't sound like you want to be on the phone, guess what? Not going to go to you. Mm-hmm. But that's another factor into it that nobody really thinks about. It's so much deeper than that. Because if I call you, you sound like you don't want to be on the phone. Then I call the dude that's literally right next to you. But then you go on Facebook and complain because that dude got the job that you was talking to. It might have been you the whole time.
You have to be so personable nowadays.
Yeah, but it's so you should be personable anyway all the time.
Yeah, I agree on that. I'd like to think that I'm a pretty personable person. I don't know.
Now, I know everybody has their days, but when it comes to being a business owner, you have to know, like, when I walk through this door, whether I'm having the worst day of my life. I spilled coffee. I slipped down the stairs because it's negative 15 degrees outside. My door wouldn't unlock. I broke my front windshield because I put hot water on my windshield and smashed it. Like,
We're in Louisiana.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. But the thing is no matter what, you have to walk into your door every day knowing I gotta sell I gotta sell myself. I gotta be a great personality. I have to sell these jobs. I have to get my bay full, you know, whatever.
Put a smile on, run it.
Put a smile on and run it. Y'all know how many times I come up in here and I had the worst morning in the world?
I think it's almost every
All
morning.
the time, yeah.
Yeah, constantly.
Oh, right.
Endlessly.
It's only because of stupid drivers, dude. I can't stand that.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not going to start it.
Every day.
I'm not going to start
Every
it.
day.
I think he's the problem.
I
I'm
think
not the problem.
You have to realize when someone perpetually complains about the same issue and over and over and over again, it might be them.
He's a
Not
male
me.
Karen.
He's
It's not that I'm
definitely
a
correct.
Karen. People just don't know how
Kyle.
to drive. Put it to you this way. 2 scenarios, okay? We'll let the people decide, all right? For anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to paint you a little picture. You got 3 lanes, okay? 2 lanes are travel lanes, all right? 1 lane is a turn lane meant for right turns only, okay? The route I drive every morning, this turn lane that the parish decided to put in, because we have parishes, not counties down here, the road that the parish decided to put in leads all the way until the very last red light you can get to. So this turn lane follows the entire road. Now, what do people do in the mornings? People like to come in from any side road and then drive that turn lane all the way till they get to that last red light. And then what do they do when that light turns green?
I'm gonna cut you
They
off.
hop right in fucking front of you, dude. Right in front of you. And
Why'd
then you
you
know
give
what
us
they
space?
do? You know what they do after that? Because that road now turns from 55 miles an hour to 65 miles an hour.
You got 35.
They go 35 miles an hour. So what does Chase do? I'm about
Has
in
a
your
little
trunk. I'm almost in the trunk of your car.
But
Almost in
see,
the trunk.
if we go all the way back, you let them get over in front of you.
I ain't let them do
This was
nothing.
your fault.
I ain't let them do nothing. Because
why
you know
don't
what they
you run
did?
the lane?
Because I'm in the left lane. The car that's in the right lane let them get in front. And you know what they did? They got in front of me.
Again, you let them get over in front of you in the end.
But then the worst one is like this morning what happened. This lady was in front of me, okay? This car was going faster than this lady. We were supposed to be doing 65. We were doing 46. All right. When I tried to pass her, she decided she wanted to speed up at this point. So I let her. Boom. I let her pass me up again because she wanted to speed this time. So I got behind her. She hits the brakes.
Rear her.
It's because you got too close to her, so she was like, I'm going to brake check and watch.
I got too close because she couldn't drive.
Love it.
She couldn't drive. That's why I put the reverse lights on him. He got too close to me. If he ever does something like that again. He loves when I do that.
Always makes me get like a little.
That was perfect.
I did that the other night.
He gives me a little.
The other night when we were on the game, and I did that, and ATN just goes, "Did somebody shit themselves?" And I just started cackling so hard.
Fish Legs' cackle is funny though. He has one of those laughs that makes you laugh, but he thinks that you're laughing because what he said was funny.
No,
but
he
it's
He
laughs
thinks
at
you're
him,
laughing
yeah.
with him, but you're
laughing
laughing
at
at him.
Ah, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Then he hits you with it.
I can't do it.
I like that laugh.
Bro, can you laugh without like don't move your, just, you ready?
I can't do that.
Man, that was funny. You do that?
No, I just said I can't.
I don't think I could try without smiling.
Bro, do
Same.
it. You got it.
All right.
What was that? Why did he laugh like that?
He sounded very intimidated.
Oh, why did he laugh like that?
Told you I couldn't do it.
That man went
He
straight.
proved his point.
He went the opposite direction.
I went for the, oh, Michael.
We're not doing that.
Okay, Charles, let's calm down here.
All right.
Charles.
Michael.
Charles. Michael. Charles. Dude, we used to do that shit all the time. When we were downstairs, we messed with each other so bad. Now I'm just up here and bored. I've turned into
Whose
the
fault's that?
grumpy
He's
old
just
man.
the old man that sits
Yeah.
on his front
Yeah.
porch
Just-
and
just
drinks
a
coffee
dick
and
all the
smokes
time.
cigarettes all day.
Bro, they're so lucky I can't bust this wall out and build a balcony because I would. And I'd sit out there in a rocking
I
chair.
think your new office is gonna have a window in it.
I'm going to bust it out and put a rocking chair on a balcony out there and just sit there and smoke every day and
We
complain
just
about
push you out
people.
the window.
Wow. It's a scared laugh.
Doom.
Oh my God. I wanted to try it, but
There should be a little left in there.
Damn.
there's
Take a little
nothing in here.
There's some left in there.
We're turning this into an
That's some
ASMR
pretty
channel.
good. That's some good ASMR right there.
It's like earlier we can hear Aidan breathing over here just
Now
the
you
whole
gotta
time.
take-
It's like a little pug.
My bad.
you gotta-
Let me tickle your brain. I'm gonna get your toes.
Bro, I don't like when he stares at me like that, dude.
It's kind of creepy.
He's a creepy man. You know, whenever there's really silent pauses, the people that listen to it on like Apple Podcasts and Spotify and
Oh
stuff,
shit! Stop playing.
what if they're like, hey, is this skipping? Is this skipping? That's what I do. I think the only person who listens to it on Spotify is ATN. ATN always texts me
I
every
listen to it on
Friday.
Spotify.
ATN texts me every Friday. Hey, is the podcast dropping? Is the podcast dropping? He listens to every single one of them.
It's a W supporter.
That's a
what a
W
shout out my
supporter.
boy ATN.
That's a real subscriber right there. Cancel that, man. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. If you were to change the name of the podcast, what would it be? And why? What would be your list
I
of
used to
names?
have a name for it, but I don't remember it now.
We were gonna do a podcast, me, Craig, the sales guy that used to work here, and then like
R.I.P. Craig.
Bree and Taylor, and we were gonna do one, but not company based. It was just gonna be a regular podcast, and we were gonna call it the Late Train.
That's horrible.
I don't know, something simple like To the Moon podcast.
That's even worse.
Our slogan is like To the Moon.
God, that man went harsh on you. What do you think it would be?
I'd probably just leave it as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Wow.
It's
How
fine.
original.
It works.
How original. This dude hates us. He's never gonna come on another episode.
Sure hope so.
Please.
What is the craziest question you've ever gotten as a sales rep?
Too many.
What's the one that sticks out the most?
I don't know, because it boils down to new installers or fresh tenors asking me questions. And I don't want to seem like those questions some of them are awfully concerning. But everyone's got to learn, right?
Have you ever had the question of can you drink tent slip or ceramic boost?
No, I haven't. Whenever we made that Stay Slippery video, though, I did get an awful lot of Diddy concern.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Really?
insane.
Yes,
My
like,
phone
no
blew
Diddy.
up for 2 days about Diddy stuff. Like, it was ridiculous.
Oh, like your phone was talking to you about
No,
P.
no,
Diddy?
no. Like, people were messaging me about Diddy stuff.
Oh,
Because the Stay Slippery stuff, the tin slip. That code's probably still alive.
we wanted to use code Diddy, but
Just feel like it wasn't the most in line.
It wasn't really appropriate just because the situation happened, and
Yeah.
immediately after that, we made.
do you know what's crazy? He was about to be like they were about to start searching his house, and his house was one of the ones that burnt down in Los
Really?
Angeles. Yeah,
That's
so now
crazy.
they can't investigate.
Perfect timing, huh?
Perfect timing. Crazy how that happens. Crazy how that happens.
His house was actually like the complete opposite side of where the fires were, and he lit it himself.
It was underground the whole time. Actually, it was a Minecraft build. See, before we came on the podcast, Fish Legs told me that all we're going to talk about is Call of Duty and Minecraft and Forza, and slowly,
So that's all that you're going to talk about.
I sift in a little video game.
Took 2 weeks
stuff
off,
here.
nonstop Minecraft. It's not
Well,
healthy.
bro, it wasn't.
It's not
it
healthy,
wasn't
man.
It wasn't nonstop Minecraft.
Sorry, there were smoke breaks in there.
Exactly.
I apologize.
and plenty of Mountain Dew.
Exactly. If anybody knows the weight of my heart, it's through a Camel Menthol Silver. Sorry about it. Most people drink. Some people smoke weed. I like cigarettes. That's how I am.
And Baja Blast.
And fucking Baja Blast.
I just want to point this out too. Have y'all noticed that we keep changing our legs? And
Oh, yeah.
several times we've all been in sync.
Whenever we started the podcast, we all had our legs the same way.
Yeah. And then
You ever
we
notice
switched back
how
and forth
you
several
ever
times.
notice how no matter where you sit as a man, your brain just automatically does this shit?
Oh yeah.
I can't.
It's comfortable. No,
I
this
can't
is
sit
Yeah,
like
this is just
uncomfortable.
way
I
uncomfortable.
can't sit like this
hurts
unless
my
I
head.
had
I think
unless I had an
yeah,
ottoman or
ottoman.
something.
Oh,
Yeah, like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Oh,
If we interlock our legs, we could stay up like that.
It's like whenever you lay down like a chair.
Yeah.
When they like that. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Y'all want to try the backflip thing with each other?
You know who you're talking to here?
You can make me do a backflip, but once it gets to you, I don't
Maybe
see
y'all
that happening.
combined could help.
Probably.
Maybe two versus one.
I've never done a cartwheel either.
Dude, I used to be super athletic when I was a kid. I used to be able to do handstands and cartwheels, and
What
I
happened?
got fat. Stopped caring. I've always been fat, but I was like the athletic fat kid. Now I'm just a fat kid.
What is athletic fat?
Like played football,
Like
weightlifting,
O-line?
stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know, because there'd be some O-line that look like Dylan, and that just blows my mind how their ankles hold up.
Bro,
shout out Big Deal.
Shout out Big Deal.
shout out Big Deal. It always comes full circle with Big Deal.
Always.
He's the reason we did the circle logo. It always, bro, not for that reason. Dude's brain went straight off the deep end. I'm talking about just, we always, we're like a family. We're tight knit. It always comes full circle. This dude's over here thinking I'm talking about roundness.
right there. Tight,
Just
just like
about
his shirts.
roundness. I'm not talking about shape here. like a Dunkin' Donut or nothing. We just talking about life, bro. It's a culmination of everything.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Circle. Wow.
This man
messed
does have
up.
some very large calves, though. I'm
The
looking at him right
biggest,
now.
the biggest NFL football player I think was like 400 pounds, or something like that. Like 405,
Big
400.
Dill's next.
That's a big dude. 400 pounds, bro. 400 pounds sat on me right now. I'd die.
Especially if they're like 6'8", 6'5".
Could you imagine?
Big dude.
Could you imagine? 6'8", 400 pounds.
I'm just trying to figure out why y'all are thinking about big dudes sitting on your laps. That's what's just crazy to me.
That was just him.
No,
That was just him.
No, that was his brain going to that. I'm talking about football players.
It's like
I
whenever
said
he
if somebody fell on me at 400 pounds, it'd kill me.
Just like whenever you said the other day, hey, Blake and Aidan, come help me get this wood out. Or come get
No,
my
I
wood
told
off,
you
whatever
guys.
said.
I told y'all come grab this wood.
Hey, come grab this wood.
pause.
Pause.
Yeah. I just texted it. Hey, I'm coming down the street. Y'all come grab this wood. I ain't think nothing of it.
No, that's a big pause.
Yeah. Huge. That's a doom.
Dude.
No, it's a full doom.
No. That's a half a doom. A do. It's gonna
a doe.
It's gonna catch on. It wouldn't be a doe. Doe is DOE. That's a doe. That's a doe. Why does English sound like that then?
This is why you were
The
invited
full
to the
word
Tic
is
Tac Riz party.
boom, boom, and you got boo, because boom, 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 boo. That's what it would
Wish
be.
you wouldn't have done that. There's a little bit left in here. I can't get
There
it
was
out.
none left in there, dude. He's fiending over there.
You should just cut it open.
He's fiending for another drink.
I have 20 more in my desk. I'll be fine.
What's the craziest? Has anybody ever requested anything crazy on social media? Anybody ask any crazy questions?
That's a good question. Not off the top of my head.
This guy also doesn't know who the Boston Tea Party is, so no real big surprise.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, my brain's
He's
very
gonna
small.
Google the War of 1812 and the Boston Tea Party after this, and then the next time he comes on the podcast,
All right, guys, I know what it is.
okay, hey, please ask me about the Boston Tea Party. There's nothing involving the Boston Tea Party, and he's like, hey, please ask me about that. Ask me that question about.
I
the
do
Boston Tea
find it
Party."
kind of funny though when our customers contact us trying to get something replaced,
Oh yeah,
and then they get mad that we don't replace that. I see that quite a bit.
that's
Yeah,
just
I've had that happen a few times where, somebody's put out subpar work and the customer contacts us in the end, and I'm like, hey, we aren't the tin shop.
yeah.
Go to your tin shop.
It's like getting mad at the car manufacturer at the dealership sold you something bad. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I would be if I bought a brand new car. I'm calling Kia.
I ain't good enough for you. Key is garbage anyway.
Well, that's why I said Kia. Motors explode after they take off the lot. So
Set to self-detonation after 12 miles.
yeah, exactly. Dude, that was cool. Talking about some new stuff for 2025, man. Those T-shirts and everything that came out from T-shirt
Man,
Labs.
those are gonna be fire. Can't wait to scoop up like 8 of them.
Fire.
Yeah, we're going to
I
have...
know that's all I've been thinking about is like, man, I can't wait for him to come in. I'm gonna snag 3 hoodies.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be
Chase, you wore that hoodie
10
yesterday.
total 3XL shirts and hoodies missing. The second they come in, gone.
That's a cool design though.
What size are we going up to on those?
So with this company, I think I was able to get up to
Was it like 4X?
4X or 5X.
Big boys
something.
need more shirts.
Yeah, that was a problem we seen in the past was that, we had some bigger sizes, but either we ordered too much of the big size and like we just
And we
kind of
never sold 'em.
overcompensated and we never sold them, or we would have those one-off people that we would either meet or something and they'd be like, man, hey, I'm like a 4X tall dude. So it's like,
Yeah.
y'all got anything that'll fit me? So we luckily this company, so the company that we went with, T-Shirt Labs, how I found them was John and I were talking one day, excuse me, and he said, we need to figure out who makes like all these big YouTubers merch.
Aren't you wearing one of the shirts they made just right now?
Oh yeah, matter of fact, I am. Cletus McFarlane, baby. This is their Cletus and Squirrel one. But yeah, so I was like, man, somebody's got to make Diesel Brothers, Boosted Boys, Cletus, like somebody has to make their merch. Now I know from watching Cletus, he has like his merch team that's by the shop, So I was always under the assumption that they just like made their T-shirts in-house,
Yeah.
at that little shop. Well, when I literally just Google searched, I was like, what company makes YouTubers merch? And the first one that popped up was T-Shirt Lab. So I clicked on their website. Boom. I'm talking about Boosted Boys hat, Cletus and Squirrel shirt, Diesel Brothers, one of their little lightning bolt shirts and everything. And I was like, wow. Well, then I started thinking, man, I don't even know if this company would entertain us or whatever, But no, I shot him an email. I said, hey, I'm with GeoShield Winter Films in Baton Rouge. We're looking to, upgrade our merch and everything. And we would love to work with you guys. And got an email reply right back. Pricing was amazing, even though we don't do business with them all the time. It was our first order. Pricing was amazing. It was cheaper than majority of people. I guess that's because there's such a big factory in Clearwater, Florida. Their machinery is so big that they spit out so many things that they could get their costs down. Gave me a bunch of options, dude. I'm talking about at least 12 different options for T-shirts and 7 different options for hoodies. So I had to go do my own research of what does this feel like? What cotton polyester blend is this? What is this? So literally at the end, what I did was, from wearing Cletus's merch all the time, I know what these shirts feel like. I know we have the next level stuff. He uses next level. So I told her, I was like, I want the same stuff Cletus uses, and I want the same hoodies that he uses. So that's exactly what we got. We got the same hoodies he uses, same T-shirts he uses and everything. So if anybody watches this or listens to this and you're in the automotive business, most people know who Cletus McFarland is. If you have some of his merch or anything, that's the exact quality and feel you can expect whenever we get our stuff in. So it should upgrade our merch game a lot. I know we don't really have a lot of stuff in stock. We did white and black this time, straight black. Black, gray and orange logo on the back, gray and orange logo on the front with that cool new design.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I did that was because being an automotive, company, being in the automotive industry, I've always been real big on, talking about video games and stuff, but it's really been a big part of my life. Video games has always been something, just because of the childhood I grew up in. I really needed an outlet, and that was kind of my outlet. But playing racing games, you could always do the tire paint and stuff. And so you could always do Nitto and Toyo, and I always thought that shit was cool, how they do the prints on them. And so I was thinking, what if we did almost like a tire, but it would be a circle to stay with the circle logo kind of theme. And then we did the GeoShield, but made it look like it was,
Tire lettering.
Going fast, but it was also a stencil for a tire liner and stuff. And so that's where I kind of came up with that vision. And that's essentially what that is. So it's basically like a tire stencil or tire going around, GeoShield, professional window films and everything. So hopefully it's a really cool seller. I'm hoping people kind of get it, see that logo, and then they kind of want more of that logo, so that way we can incorporate it into more stuff.
More colors, stuff like that.
Yeah, because I'm even thinking about using it for what it was intended for, and making a stencil or something. I think that'd be cool. If somebody has I don't even know if it's a thing anymore, because the car culture and truck culture has changed so much. But if somebody had a stanced car or something like that, or a drag car with some slicks on it or whatever, and they wanted GeoShield in there instead of having Goodyear or whatever, just
or GeoShield build a drag car. Wild idea here.
I wish.
NASCAR.
I wish. Nobody knows how to drive a NASCAR here.
We pay someone to
Big
drive
Dylan
it for
does.
us.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Big Dylan gonna hop again, full circle, back to Big Dylan.
Okay,
drive
let's
a
just be
NASCAR?
honest here.
I know exactly what you're about to ask.
We'd have to have a center section seat with a mid-range weight bias in the car. I don't think it'd work.
Like a McLaren F1.
Did you see Dylan trying to get in that?
Well, he wouldn't go over 70 miles an hour down around the damn track anyway.
That's the problem. We'd be like Talladega Nights, the part where he gets in a wreck and then he goes back onto the track and he's like, I'm going so fast. And it's how fast am I going? 10 miles an hour, Ricky?
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be Dylan.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
The cars are coming by so fast. Dylan, you're going 70 miles an hour. I'm going to need you to speed it up, buddy. Speed it up.
Yeah, I think whenever we got back from SEMA, Dylan, Caitlin, and I, we drove us back to the house. And I don't think he went over like 74 miles an hour the whole drive back from New Orleans. The whole drive.
Dude,
That's
whole
how it was
drive
when
to
we drove to
Chattanooga.
Mississippi for that video shoot.
Tried going to Chattanooga for WFR, and I think he hit 78 miles an hour.
bro, we could have got there so much faster.
I'm a solid 80, 85, 90 if it's really clear and open.
I used to drive a Dodge 3500 with like thousands of pounds in the bed of the truck cross country, and I had that thing booting, scooting.
You got to.
You got to. I'm not taking, dude. It took me. If I left Livingston Parish, it would take me 13 and a half hours to get to the other side of Texas. So like Midland, Odessa area. One day I got that cut down to like 12 hours and something just because. But it also depended on what way I went. Like if I went through Houston and stuff, obviously I wasn't going that fast.
Yeah.
But
I hate Houston.
if I was going Shreveport, like if I was going up Shreveport, Alexandria, hit Dallas, go Sweetwater, all that stuff, dude, that's all open. Like Fort Worth, everything, that's all open. But I'm gone. I'm gone. Dylan, if he took that route, all right, he's driving Miss Daisy. Dude, he got his kids bot playing. He's good. He got my Apple Watch on.
Nah, he's a big X the plug kind of guy.
Dylan's. He's not a one genre man.
No, he'll be playing Big X the plug, and it'll be like George Strait. Next thing you know, it's EDM.
Yep.
Next thing you know, it's like just current pop. Next thing you know, it's Taylor Swift.
Next thing you know, it's radio off.
Yeah, and then it's radio off. And then he's on a 40-minute phone call with somebody, and just kind of sit there in silence and just debate your life on why you decided to ride with them.
Bro, that's bad that nowadays, when I get in my truck, if the radio starts playing before my Bluetooth kicks on my phone, like I'm aggravated.
I don't have my
I don't
radio
like the
hooked up.
radio.
When I wired my radio, aftermarket radio, I did not connect radio. So we're good.
Oh, so you just didn't plug the antenna in or something?
Yeah, I just didn't do it, no.
That's what we used to do for people. Man, one time I was working on I don't remember if this was an old Camaro for somebody or something. It was when I worked at Crazy Rouse, and we were hooking up a new double den for this guy, and we had this new little dude that was working with us, and you know those little jigsaws, but they're air operated, the pneumatic ones, and they and they cut and then you put your ABS in there or whatever. We were telling him to cut the surround, dude. Not even gonna lie, we hear, and then it just stopped, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, he can't be done. Like, he literally made a 2.5 second cut. And so me and my buddy walked over there, and he's just kind of standing there. He's like, so I fucked up. And we're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I think we need to buy a whole new wiring harness. And we're like, what? Now, mind you, this was an old Camaro this guy just rebuilt. I mean, it was flat black paint, LS motor, but this was whenever LS swaps weren't as popular. So like, if you hooked up a Holly to your carburetor, you had to like literally wire everything. So like, you built your own wire harness, you hooked up your own computer, all that stuff. This dude cut through the entire wire harness, bro. The whole thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just go on home, buddy. Just go.
Oh yeah, he was done after that. He was gone. He was gone after that. One mistake. You're done. Get out of here. That's a doom.
Big doom.
Doom.
Huge.
Doom. Ginormous doom.
Doom. Yeah.
One more? Okay, that was it.
Doom.
Oh, there we go. Wait for it. It's like an itch you get in the back of your head, man.
It's gonna stick, I'm telling you. Somebody's gonna record this or something.
Please don't.
Hit the
Please
boo,
do.
boo, boo, boo. Somebody with real grammatical science to me is gonna.
Shane Dwyer's gonna come dissect that, and he's gonna prove me right that it's boo, it's bo, and not boo.
I'll just text Shane and tell him, "Hey, watch the podcast," and then just tell Blake that I'm correct.
He's gonna be
100%.
like, "Hey, you're right," but I'm gonna text Jason. He's right.
I gotta make him feel better,
Man, it makes me feel ignorant sometimes. Like property types.
bro. He makes me feel ignorant all the time.
Yeah, every time I read a Shane Dwyer comment, I get one new little piece of information. It might be something super minute, but I always learn something new.
See, when did you learn minute?
Probably from Shane.
Probably from Shane. Probably from Shane.
you're right.
Exactly.
Shout out Changewater.
Any big words that I know 100% came from reading one of Shane's posts or comments back to somebody or something. Because, Lord have mercy, that dude is a wealth of knowledge.
I mean, he isn't called science for no reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If he got out of tinting, he would definitely be like a school teacher. There's no question. I mean, he would be
A scientist.
Yeah.
He's got-
a scientist.
He's got 5 PhDs. He's got a,
Is this true?
one of those. No, it's not. It might be true. It might be true. I don't know. I'm
I don't
just
know.
guessing. I'm just saying what he would be if he didn't tint. He'd have 5 PhDs. He'd
Okay,
have
okay.
a Nobel Prize. He'd be doing whatever while we're still over here using vinegar and
He'd probably have an
baking
Iron
soda
Man
to make a
suit.
volcano. You know what I'm saying? He probably does have an Iron Man suit. He don't.
you just exposed
He
me. Good
doesn't tint. He doesn't install film. See, he complains about the plotters because he doesn't need a plotter. He's got a Tony Stark, and the Tony Stark
No.
tints all his vehicles.
Did you not see his comment the other day about him talking about how he actually debated on getting a plotter because of Jeep back glasses?
It's because he doesn't want people to know he has a robot that does it. I'm telling you, Shane built his own robot. He said, Meta's coming out with a robot. Watch this. I'm about to go fucking artificial intelligence on their ass.
I think Shane
Factor
is
cap.
the robot.
Exactly. Factor cap.
Fact, he's the robot. 1,000%. That's a movie y'all should go watch. Movie called Artificial Intelligence. It's from like
I'm not a movie person.
1997 or some shit.
We've talked about this before. I'm not a movie person. I don't do that.
Yeah, but you gotta watch some movies.
Dude, me and Caitlin have been watching House lately.
That's not a movie. That's a
I know,
TV show.
TV show.
You need to watch
Same-
a movie.
Same.
It's not the
I'm
same.
making
same.
progress, man. I'm making progress.
It's not the
okay?
same.
Landman, 10 out of 10.
TV show.
But again, I'm making progress. I used to not watch TV shows, movies, nothing.
TV show.
Okay.
We're gonna get him into movies.
No.
But artificial intelligence was from like the 1990s, and it's just crazy how they were talking so much about robots and stuff back then, and then now like they're literally here. But that was a good movie. It made me cry.
Transformers are next.
You cry a lot.
I'm in touch with my emotions, man. I'm an emotional man. I can start crying right now. If you want me to. That's that actor in me. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Can people expect you to be more in the spotlight in 2025? Dylan seems to be like the highlight. You gonna take that over?
I've been stealing some of Dylan's thunder lately.
So you're like, what's that car's name in Cars? Chick
The green one? Yeah,
Chick Hicks?
Chick Hicks?
Is it Chick Hicks?
Thunder. That's gonna be you, 2025.
Maybe if I can never grow a mustache, sure.
Dylan's Dynaco right now. Just a chill guy.
I'm gonna knock him out the race. I'm gonna push him down the stairs one day.
That's crazy.
Oh, pushing him down the stairs is actually insane. Praying on that dude's downfall.
Literally.
Yeah,
No
literally.
pun
you
intended.
fall downwards. Yeah.
Dang, bro.
The funny thing is, I know he's gonna watch this the day it comes out. We're gonna walk in, and his TV's gonna be on, and he's gonna be watching it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be sitting there leaning back, eating a Jolly Rancher, watching it. He's gonna call me in there whenever he watches this. He's gonna say, "Oh, you're gonna push me down the stairs, huh?" Just stand there, kind of puzzled, and then he's gonna hit this part.
Every time he walks down the
Be an
stairs, he's
exception.
gonna be terrified after that, after watching it. He's gonna be traumatized.
Watch your back, big deal.
Wow.
I didn't say that one. He did.
Wow. You guys have anything else to say about 2025?
It's going to be a big one.
It's gonna be a big one.
It's gonna be a big one. That is a fact.
Well,
It's gonna be a big year.
hopefully it will be. I appreciate you guys coming on,
Yes, sir.
sharing some laughs, some knowledge, some chuckles, educating me on some things. We got to educate some people on some other things because that's wild.
We'll talk about that on the next podcast.
You're not gonna be.
We'll give him a couple months to learn about his history
Yeah.
and everything. By then, we might be having the Gulf of America down there.
We
so.
can just send him back to high school.
We could do a Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader type of game show.
Oh,
one
I'm
day.
definitely not.
These
He's in,
game
like,
shows,
4th grade anyway, so.
dude. I wouldn't make it.
I'm at like a 3rd grade reading level.
I'm not gonna say that.
I think you might be the youngest person here, actually.
No, I
Who's
don't
younger?
think so.
pretty sure he
I'm
just turned 21. I think
I'm pretty sure I am.
No, Reed.
Oh yeah, he is.
Reed's young. You're second youngest.
And you need that in that warehouse.
Toddler.
Now. You need some people that'll work down there. That's the call. That's the call that you know that the police are coming. That's what I do. You ever hear that? Just run.
Yeah, I'm not running.
I bet you ain't.
Yeah, I'm not running.
Well, that's where we're going to end it, guys. We appreciate y'all listening, tuning in. Like I said last time when Dylan was on, just leave us some comments and stuff. Let us know what types of things you want to see coming from the GeoShield pipeline, 2025. We all keep saying it's going to be a big year. And it is. We're trying to bring training classes, more trainings, more education, more laughs. More merch, better merch, more content, more people, more quality, more vision, more experience, everything. All of it. No holds bar 2025. That's our motto for 2025. No holds bar. We're going to put all the chips in. All the chips in.
Yeah, last time I did that, I lost a lot of money. So
he's not putting all the chips in. We're going to put all the chips in. Tell him to go stand outside, smoke a cigarette. Then he can come in once we put all the chips in.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. That's my New Year's resolution is not to go gambling.
Don't go gambling. Call the 1-800 number on the billboards. We'll see you guys next week.